This is my 1999 GMC K1500 Suburban. That's fueled engine, 5.7, so 350 small block. No idea what this is in cubic inches, but it's a 5.3 now. Pretty good overall. Should be roughly around 400 horsepower right now. Also mated directly up to a 4L60E. That was rebuilt also, so this should be supposedly both of the two are rated for up to 900 horsepower, which is great because that means hypothetically, you can see the space in here. I should be able to do either a turbo or a supercharger. Although, however, I was told I have to put about 1,000 kilometers on the whole thing. The transmission needs about 1,000 kilometers on it. After it has 1,000 kilometers on it, though, I should be able to do burnouts and poles and stuff. And there's actually a 0 to 60 timer on this system because it's a Phytech. That's what we want for the injection system and everything, and the computer system, I guess. And so after 2,500 kilometers, though, on the motor, we should be good to be able to up the power, hopefully to 500, maybe 550 if I'm lucky. And we'll get to see how that goes. After that, though, we should be able to up that. And then after that, in the fall, we should be able to dyno it. Unfortunately, though, I was told the dude who built this, though, specifically, the guy who built it, his shop, he uses a different tuner because the tuner has the dyno. And however, I was told that the tuner doesn't even let the guy who built this watch, which is kind of crazy. And I don't know if I'd want to do that because I kind of want to watch this thing be dynoed. It'd be pretty fun to see. Other things so far, though, interior wise, because it's got the Phytech system, it's got the computer screens. Let me grab the light. Because it's got the Phytech system right in here. We have both the screens here. They used to be up on the dash around here on suction cup mounts, which was fine. But now they're on the dash here. I put little Velcro sticky tabs on them. They're kind of uneven, though, unfortunately. But I did that because they actually removed my fuel pump. And now it's a Holley high pressure fuel pump, but it's out underneath on the frame rail somewhere in here. So they removed my submersible, or at least removed all the internals from the submersible so it wouldn't restrict the flow. And so that's great because, now the engine runs the way it's supposed to. However, it's bad because I don't have a float, which means I don't know how much gas is in the tank, which is a little nerve-wracking with a new system like this because I've been told on forums that the Phytech fuel system actually uses more fuel, or it's less efficient than some of the other models out there. So I specifically lowered this one on purpose because above it is the fuel gauge. And I noticed that when I turned the key, every single gauge, including actually the speedometer one, all moved. So I figured, maybe getting a different shop that actually can make my gauges work, including the fuel gauge right there, would be super nice because, then I could have a fuel gauge and I could accurately tell roughly how much fuel economy I'm getting. Because the whole system's really nice and all, but I'd like to know how much fuel I have. Another thing is the transfer case for some reason isn't working, and I don't know if that's a problem with the dude who built it or if that's a problem with the whole system, because I was told the Phytech system, it wasn't working with it. But then he proceeded to spend like 20 hours trying to figure it out. And so my drive shaft's over here on the floor because he couldn't figure it out. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get a different shop to maybe add some wiring harness to make it work. Or I'll be able to get them to just look at it and see if maybe they have some expertise on the system. I was told that it's, 90s GM, so they're like, oh, it's super easy, we'll be able to figure it out. But this guy seemed confident originally, and he said that the push button, because it's not a manual transfer case, it's a push button four-wheel drive, he said that would work, and now it's not working, so that's kind of unfortunate. Because doing four-wheel drive drifts and stuff, and four-wheel drive hard pulls and everything would be really nice. It'd be really interesting to see, because that system, the computer system in there, has one system. Like there's a setting in there you can use, and it'll do your 0 to 60 time. And it would be very interesting to know what the difference is between two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Main reasons for that, though, are because the axles were not upgraded. So I actually have no idea if those are just going to, snap off. So we'll see, because four-wheel drive, burnout, or not burnouts, but like drifts and stuff, I think would be super sick. And, this thing is in pretty good condition. It's not detailed, though, because actually this thing, for some reason, it took them 12 months to put this together, which is really annoying. So I just pulled the plug and I was like, all right, man, I'll pay you out. Give it to me. Give me the vehicle, Which kind of unfortunately had a drawback of the AC system, which funnily enough, it actually snowed yesterday. So there's literally it's winter, but it was looking up for a second. So I was like, oh, I might have to get the money put into this. But I have the new AC pump, and that's new because apparently the old one was leaking, but it's 90s GM. So you would know if you know that just GM in general, for some reason, their lines go all the way back there because it's a dual tank system. And for some reason, they just put them on the wrong side of the frame rail. If they just move them a little bit over, then they wouldn't be rusty and they wouldn't get holes in them and they wouldn't leak all your refrigerant out. So pretty much every time I went there, he was like, yeah, we're waiting for a fitting. And I was like, yeah, right, sure. But I don't know. So it's not connected. It's not pressurized either. So no AC for me, which is unfortunate because of the most important part of this vehicle. No, it's not the fact this thing has no rust, even though you can kind of see, maybe on some components there might be a little something, but on the frame rail itself, there's nothing. And around this edge here, still intact. This edge right here, still intact. Nothing, no rust. Even I looked on the other side, I mean, you can see a little something there, but that's nothing that's going to destroy my vehicle, I can just get to that, sand it down a little bit, maybe cover it in some anti-rust, and we'll be good. But on the other side of this, there's actually no rust on the inside. So far that's pretty good. But the most important part about this vehicle, very important, easily the best feature that GMC has ever done, though. And if you know, you know. Right there, the best thing ever. If you know, you know. This thing's a beauty, though. Hopefully we'll be able to get that up and I can do poll videos, and I think that'd be super cool. Also, there's no exhaust. Super quiet. No fancy exhaust, no straight pipe, no nothing. There's headers, but it's quiet. You know why they stopped making that right there? The ball chiller? Chapped lips.